from the Daily Fail Australia, titled Australia Nearly Eliminated the Flu During the COVID Pandemic with Not a Single Influenza Death This Year. All right, that headline there should scream nonsense at you if your brain's still functioning after 2 years of this garbage. All right, this is going to be my final video on the topic. I would have torn them a new one every day of the week if it hadn't have been for censorship. Now, you might look back at my first video here almost 2 years ago and say, oh, we only put out about 20 videos on the topic across multiple channels. Well, I actually had more videos deleted than they allowed to stay up on their platform. All right, so we'll just have a quick read. The number of cases of flu in Australia this year has plummeted to just 454 so far. In 2019, there were more than 313,000 cases and 953 people died from the flu. So not only was it more deadly, and you had over 300,000 more cases in 2019 than 2021. Scientists say the COVID pandemic precautions have helped eliminate the disease, but a Queensland virologist has warned against complacency in the future. Influenza has almost been completely wiped out in Australia this year after much of the country went into COVID lockdown, which also stopped the usual seasonal spread of flu. Well, straight up, that's nothing but garbage, because if you live somewhere like Tasmania, where there's been no lockdowns, everything runs as usual. You look at the flu stats and compare it to what's being stated here. Yeah, you'll see it's nothing but garbage. So far, the nation has had just 484 cases of influenza to the end of August, mostly through international arrivals from India, with no deaths at all. That compares to a staggering 313,000 cases of flu in 2019, which led to 953 deaths. In July 2019, more than 70,000 Australians were suffering in bed with flu. In 2020, that number was slashed to 190, and in 2021, just 52. We've never seen figures this low ever before, Professor Ian Barr from the World Health Organization Collaborating Centre for Reference and Research on Influenza told the ABC. All right, that's it. I'm done. All right, that's why I say it's my last video, because this here tells you all you need to know. All right, if you haven't figured out yet that you're surrounded by frauds and dummies, unhinged too. All right, they will read a story like this and it won't register. Okay, because like I've stated, from day one, they're simply relabeling the common flu and influenza as COVID. Okay, now how could you read something like this and just go about your day? Like, oh yeah, nothing to see here. Right, this is my final video on the topic. I'm just about the only Australian channel, other than Tidor, that didn't promote Sky News, that didn't try and promote some sort of politician or so-called medical expert that was only going to try and sell you medications that you didn't need. I stuck to my guns from day one. And this story here, which I'm going to link in the description box, proves my point. If you've still got a functioning brain,